Welcome. Trudeau, as always, keeping it interesting. Renter's Bill of Rights? Question mark. As long as Trudeau doesn't touch it, I'm sure it will be a great thing. Or, at least, until the next Trudeau has his horses come and trample on them.
Today we're announcing new protections for renters and new pathways to home ownership. As part of our upcoming budget, we're going to create a Canadian Renters' Bill of Rights. It would create a nationwide standard for lease agreements, give renters a clear history of apartment pricing so they can bargain fairly, and make sure they have more agency. We're also going to launch a new legal aid fund that will protect tenants against unfairly rising rents, rent evictions, and bad landlords. And finally, we're going to help you make your rent count towards you becoming a homeowner. We'll do that by making sure that the fact that you pay your rent every month, which remember is a pretty significant amount of money, that payment and that demonstrated reliability that you've shown over months and years is taken into account when you apply for a mortgage. We're going to amend the Canadian Mortgage Charter and call on landlords, banks, credit bureaus and others to make sure that your rental history is taken into account in your credit score. This will make it easier to qualify for a mortgage or even qualify you at a lower rate. And just think about all the other things that'll come from having a better credit score. A loan to help you start a small business, for example.
A Renter's Bill of Rights, huh? Well, it seems like Trudeau is setting up a future so one of his children can squash a protest of his own citizens. Just like Pierre Trudeau did for this guy. A tradition among elitist politicians.
More than ever for rent, what could be a better demonstration that you're a good investment? And what is a better investment than in you, young Canadians? You make up the largest share of our working age population. You work hard. You're creating, inventing, and developing incredible things that are building the future of Canada. You hustle. You are the heartbeat of the economy. And Canada's success in the 21st century depends on you. Now, there are renters of every age across this country, and these protections and opportunities will be there for every one of you. This is just one of the things that we're going to be doing in this upcoming budget to build an economy that is fair for every generation. Thank you. It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Chrystia Freeland.
As Trudeau, interestingly enough, gives up the podium to his bobblehead that is Chrystia Freeland, hoping that she accepts it lovingly like the cocaine he gave her last night.
He doesn't need the step, but I do. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. Thank you so much, Harj, for hosting us here. Thank you to some of our amazing BC MP colleagues. It's so wonderful to see you. And thanks above all to the young people who are here with us, and especially the young families. I heard a few parents trying to shush their children as they sort of chirped while the Prime Minister was speaking. I can think of nothing nicer to hear in the backdrop than the happy voices of young children. And I'm grateful to the children and the parents who are here. Because our message today is about you. A fair chance to build a good middle-class life, to do as well as your parents or better, has always been the promise of Canada. Today, for too many younger Canadians, that promise just isn't being fulfilled. The hurdles are too high. Young Canadians are not getting a fair chance.
Seems like Trudeau and Chrystia were slipped a temporary truth serum as they tell us how most Canadians are struggling through all the devastation they have caused. If you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. You've been served.